Hi. So, your body has its own intelligence. Albert Mervyn said 7% of communication is verbal and 93% is non-verbal. Your body is communicating. Are you listening? So, in life, sometimes we all go through deep pain. And this can be from losing a loved one or a job, maybe going through divorce or having a health issue. And sometimes it can be far more worse, including torture and abuse. Your body, your brain stores these memories, but your body doesn't have words to communicate. So it communicates with physical sensations and behavioral patterns. So what is your body? What are you feeling in your body right now? How many of you just got tense with me asking that question? Right? So if you don't deal with these physical sensations, they can manifest as illness. So there's a lot of research that's shown some people get dementia from depression, heart disease from heartache, and cancer from suppressed emotions. You can use words, you can talk about the memories that you're aware of. But the mind is really smart, and it can forget or block out memories to help you survive. So, how do you deal with the memories that are stored in our body? Sometimes in our daily life, a situation can trigger a past memory, and this can cause our body to run away or to freeze in the moment or to fight the situation, right? So sometimes we don't know how to deal with the memories in our body because we don't know they exist. But there is a way, and one way is through the creative arts and movement. When I was a little girl, I went through an experience of abuse, and this left me with trauma in my body. And I didn't talk about it because I was scared. And so I kept a secret, and I went through life not dealing with it, lying, and absolutely frustrated because I couldn't be myself. And so I was numb. And I used the creative arts and movement to help me. When I was 13 years old, I woke up one day at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. I had thoughts going through my head like, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said this. Why did she say that? What is that person going to think? I'm not going to fall asleep now for another 3 hours. And I was so irritated and frustrated. And then I discovered that if I focused on the movement of my breath, so if I took a breath in for a count of 3, and out for a count of 3, my mind relaxed, my body relaxed, and I fell asleep. The next day, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was frustrated again. I was despairing. I had the same thoughts going on in my head. This time, I picked up a pencil, I picked up a paper, and I started to draw. As I started to draw this painting on my wall. And as I started to draw, I focused all my thoughts on one thought. Is the line that I'm drawing capturing what my eyes see in front of me? And I lost myself. I lost myself in my art. And when I came back and I'd finished, I was so relaxed, I was satisfied, I was happy, and I fell asleep. So now I'm 23, and I decide to learn how to dance salsa to connect and partner with men. How many of you have done a partner dance? Or salsa, right? So you know it takes something to be that close to another person, right? And ever notice that with one person, it feels different. And with another person, it feels different, right? So over the 10 years that I danced Latin dance, I realized that my body was communicating. I was getting extra information from my body that told me, I'm comfortable dancing with this man because I move with ease and grace. But with this man, it's like a tug of war, you know? I'm fighting to lead, and the guy would normally say, hey, I'm the guy, let me lead, right? So I was able to combine this intelligence, extra intelligence from my body, with talk-based therapies and my spiritual practices to deal with my fear of intimacy. So I'm now 34, and I start improvisation theatre classes. And this is where you come onto this stage and you start a scene and a character in the moment. And I realized that every time I came on stage and I started to act, I'd always be the angry character, or there'd be a lot of aggression coming out of me. And I realized that I had unresolved anger from the trauma. So I started to take on being different characters every time I had my improvisation theatre class. And I would take on being and saying something that I couldn't say in the day to express it. And combining that with, again, talk-based therapies and my spiritual practices, I started to be able to confront people and be able to express anger in a healthy way. So all of this, the creative arts, movement, talk-based therapies, and my spiritual practices enabled me to combine all my intelligence and to express myself freely and be the best version of me in life. And I wanted to give this away to the many people in the world that don't know that their body is communicating and who find it difficult to express who they really are in the world. So last year we ran 2 events that used the expressive arts to empower women's self-expression, and the results were positive. I know Slovenia doesn't offer art-based therapies as part of the healthcare at the moment. So I wanted to tell you what countries around the world are doing. The UK had its first Creative Art and Wellbeing Week in July 2019. And inside of that, they had their first Creative Health Conference. And they talked about the impact of art on well-being and mental health issues. And they pledged to have 900,000 people they call it social prescribing, be socially prescribed by 2024. Iceland is considering offering art and sports as an alternative to antidepressants. there's a NGO that is using drama therapy to empower 1 million women in the Middle East that are dealing with war torture. And an NGO called War Child is using music to help calm the nerves of children before they go in for surgery. And a charity called Kolkata Sanved uses dance movement therapy in India to rehabilitate women and children that have been through gender-based violence, to help them be empowered and be back in the community. So, how do you start? How do you embrace movement and the creative arts to access your body's intelligence? It's really easy. Start with just 5 minutes of movement every day, like real intentional, focused movement. Now, some of you might already be going to the gym, might already be doing yoga classes. Do it consistently every day, focus your attention, and then check in with your body. What physical sensations do you have? And I know it sounds crazy, but speak to it, Hello, headache. Why are you here? Speak to your headache, see what it says to you. And then you could also take up a creative class, cooking, interior design, dance, drama, anything. You could sing and dance in your own home, to your heart's content. And when you're finished, journal. Write down anything that comes to you, because things will come to you. And finally, there's one more thing you can do, and you can do it anywhere. We're going to do it now. So if you just close your eyes and then take a deep breath for the count of 3. And out for a count of 3. Check in with your body. What is it saying? You can do this anywhere, at any time. So, by combining your mind, body, and soul's intelligence, you can be much freer in life. My trauma, which I labeled the black box and had it deep within my chest for about 20 years, was starting to disappear. I was meditating and I said to my friend, the black box is gone. Instead, there's a golden chest that's open, and it's deep within my chest. And it's open to fill with whatever treasures I like. And I realized that I'd become more open and more self-expressed in life. What could you do with extra intelligence from your mind, body, and soul? What would it be like for you to have 55% more intelligence? You have it. Just use it. Thank you.